While growing up, I formed a belief that faithfulness was the foundation of any relationship, especially a romantic one. For me, love and fidelity are synonymous. However, some personal beliefs and some personal experiences, rather, have shaken this belief. I see committed people around me cheating on their partners. And for me, it's unimaginable to be in a relationship that's not faithful. This fear of infidelity and the pain that the hurt might cause holds me back from engaging in any romantic relationship. So, Sadhguru, my question to you is that how do I overcome this fear so that I am able to experience the joy a romantic relationship brings?
This fear that you have may make you a topper in the ISB.
I hope so, Sadhguru. Not happening yet.
So, see, this is all happening the way it's happening because people are trying to live too early. When you should be growing, you're trying to live. No, you should wait little more and grow up really well. Growing up really well doesn't mean just physically reaching a certain height or weight. All aspects of your life should reach before you mess with another life, I'm saying. Before you touch another life, you must be in certain sense. But now that's been taken away, this is called freedom. At the age of 14, 15, relationships are happening, or even earlier it's happening, which is leading to all kinds of mess because you're still childish. You do not know what are the consequences of this, what it is. Oh, there is no consequence, I've had this in my life, nothing happened. Well, nothing happens, that's what I'm telling you. Nothing significant happens in your life, that is the problem. See, the biggest problem of life is not that something happened. Nothing happened in your life, that is the worst thing to happen. Hello? Nothing significant happened, nothing impactful happened in your life. That is the worst thing that happened because you are going by your physical compulsions here, there, whatever. I am not trying to be moralistic, that is not my way of looking at life. All I'm saying is, tell me, in your education right now, without being committed to what you're doing, do you think you'll get somewhere with your education?
I don't think so, Sadhguru.
Tomorrow, let's say you start an enterprise. I'm saying an enterprise, not a job, because people go through jobs without commitment. If you start something of your own, do you think you'll take your business somewhere without a profound sense of commitment to it?
No, Sadhguru, I don't think so.
No, not just being committed, you must be devoted. You must become a devotee of what you're doing. Only then the best will come out of you, you will give your best to it. Only then it may happen, all right? Even then there are question marks in the world. Whatever anybody has achieved, either as a business person or a politician or a spiritual person or a sports person or a musician or whichever arena of life you want to take, without being absolutely devoted to what they are doing, has anything truly significant happened in their lives, I'm asking? Has it happened?
Not in my knowledge, Sadhguru.
This also is true with your relationships. If you just want to philander around, that's up to you, if that's what you have chosen to do. Because if you make choices very early on, this is how you will make choices because your intelligence has already been hijacked by your hormones. It will take some time till hormones give you some relief and still after that you can still, consider life more intelligently. It may take little time. In that phase, it is best that you focused on something else, which is what the culture used to be, but now it's changed into a different thing, that's different. This is not a moral judgment on a generation of people or whatever. All I'm saying is, if you want to know something profound about relationships, if you want to experience something very profound, this will not happen unless you're absolutely devoted to something. It will not happen. Well, you want just little pleasures around, it's fine, that's how you have chosen. You want to live the surface of life, that's up to you. But if you want to know the profoundness of every dimension of your life, the physical aspect of your life, the intellectual aspect of your life, the emotional dimension of your life, and the profound sense of being, on all these levels, if you want to know and experience life in a profound manner, that will not happen without being devoted to each one of those things absolutely, otherwise it will not happen. So now why this talk is, because there are only two things in your life. The value of your life is only in two things: profoundness of your experience and the impactfulness of your activity. Yes or no? These are only two things that are there in your life. So if you value that your experience here should be profound and what you do must be impactful in the world, then without devotion you're not going to do it, without absolute commitment you're not going to do it.
Sadhguru, may I ask a follow-up question to that? Something related to what you have said on this earlier. So Sadhguru, on the former part of the question, when you say that we start on very early in our lives, 14, 15, and that is one of the reasons for this trouble because our intelligence is not that matured. Also, you have spoken that a little later in our lives, when we are 25, 30, our beliefs are so strong, it's so concrete, and when we come across a person of the same age, there's a friction that's created. That kind of is a dilemma in my mind. Sadhguru, if you can please clear that, that will be really helpful.
See, as time goes by, life should mature, not become concretized. Suppose you look at a bird. Initially life comes as an egg. Somewhere as life matures, the shell will break and it will hatch. Well, as a human being, you may have no such experience, but we were also in a certain kind of protective atmosphere of our mother's wombs, and then we came out. From there on, life should become more and more mature. Maturity also means freedom, right? Instead of that, a whole lot of people grow up like concrete blocks, that they concretize themselves with full of conclusions about everything. See, if you want to grow, you should not have a conclusion about anything. You are willing to pay attention to everything that is there right now and keep growing with it because that's growth. If you make too many conclusions and two concrete blocks meet, only clash can happen. How can anything else happen? If you are really growing up, see, as a child, when you were 5, 6, 7 years of age, you were joyful by your own nature, huh? Somebody had to try hard to make you unhappy. Today, you are coming to a place that someone has to make you happy. Because you think somebody else is the source of your happiness, well, there is a lot of trouble. If you try to squeeze happiness out of someone else, that someone will make sure, your life is messed up in so many ways. Maybe not by intent, but in reaction. Instead of looking at, see, this is something we need to do. If two people have to come together, they must come together because they have something to share, wonderful things to say, wonderful things to share. I'm saying as a being, not just about saying. Right now, you're thinking the other person should be the source of your happiness. Well, that person will definitely become the source of your misery because no human being will ever live to your expectations. You must know this. Nobody can. Well, you are in Haryana, very close to Kurukshetra and all this, all right? So let me take this example. Right now, Krishna is a very celebrated lover, all right? Most celebrated lover, it's everybody's dream, Krishna. But when he was alive, both his wives had serious trouble with him. They were complaining all the time. So I'm saying nobody ever found a situation where everything was ideal. But if your life is about, expression of your joy, rather than in pursuit of happiness, you will see everything will become different. If relationships are about enhancing each other, it'll be great. If relationships are about extracting from each other, it will become terrible. So, let us understand this, you are forming a relationship because you need it, all right? Your needs may be many, physical needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, social needs, financial needs, we don't know what all needs. Whether your relationship is essentially need-based, your need. Initially, you form this relationship understanding it's your need. But once it happens, after some time you start believing it is their need which is keeping the relationship going. No, it is your need which is the basis of your relationship. If you see this, you will always be grateful, you will always appreciate the other human being for whatever they are, and it'll be fine. Above all, first thing is, you should not be a miserable human being trying to become joyful because of somebody. You're a joyful human being forming a relationship with another joyful